Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Elevating with Kay. In this episode, I'm gonna be all in y'all business because I am sick of seeing you guys in credit card debt. It's telling me that you're not managing your money. And hold on, before we even get into me being all in your business, I want you guys to stop glorifying that 700 credit score if you only have one thing on your credit report or you got a bunch of authorized users. Because I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but listen, that credit score don't mean shit, okay? That 700 credit score has as much buying power as that 500 credit score does. So I hate to be cursing with y'all, but it only seems to be getting through your head if I tell you guys that 700 credit score holds no weight if there's a bunch of authorized users on the account. It holds no weight if you got a secured loan and you put your mama's credit card. It don't hold no weight. So stop. You need to build out your credit score. I just had to get that off my chest before we get into this episode because I'm tired of seeing you guys come with a 700 credit score asking me, how could you go and get $50,000 in funding? Because you can't. It's not going to happen with all those authorized users thinking that is the only thing that makes up your credit score. All right, back to what I was talking about. This episode is going to be about talking about budgeting and how to manage your money. Okay, so it's your girl K650 Credit, and let's get into it. All right, I'm sorry. I mean to come off so aggressive in the beginning, but I just had to lay it out there because you guys seem to have the game a little confused, a little messed up. Somebody in the internet is telling you things that just are absolutely not true. All right, so when it comes down to managing your money and budgeting and staying out of credit card debt, what I've noticed is that you guys are failing to see how much money you're actually bringing in a month and how much your bills are costing you. How do you expect to be able to manage your money correctly if you don't have a plan on how much money you're actually making, how much money it's costing you to live every month, and coming up with an actual budget for yourself? So the first thing I want you guys to do, get a pen and paper, right? We want to figure out what's our income. So let's say every month between this job and this job, you're bringing in $6,000 a month. All right. So we got $6,000 to work with every month. I am a big believer, super big believer in paying yourself first. Bills ain't going nowhere. Life is going to keep lifing. But I think that you need to be rewarded for your hard work. So I'm always going to put money in my savings first. Always. Me, I do a dollar amount. I've came up with this dollar amount. I use 10% of my earnings. This might not work for you. You can do 1% of your earnings. You can, whatever it is that you're comfortable with, that's what you should do. I don't even think about the money, right? So if the dollar amount, let's say for you guys is $300 a month that you want to save, right? The $300 it's just out of sight, out of mind. It's going into that account, and that is not money that you can play with as far as paying your bills and whatever else you need to do. Do not think about the money. The money is already gone. So once you do that, now we know, okay, we use the $6,000 as an example. Let's use whole numbers. So let's say we're saving $500 a month. So that brings us down to $5,500, right? So $5,500 is what you have to work with. Now, what I will tell you is take the total amount of your bills and deduct that from your total income, right? And then you see, okay, I thought I had a little extra money than what I had, but I actually don't. And this is going to help you understand how much you should be spending on your credit cards. Because what's happening is you guys are racking up $10,000 credit card debt because you're spending $1,000 a month. You had never had intentions of paying that back because your income cannot support it. So why would you be spending money on a credit card and your intake every month cannot support the $1,000 credit card bill or the $1,000 shopping habit that you have? The best way to stay out of credit card debt, what I've learned, is understanding how much play money I actually have. Because if I understand how much play money I have, I understand how much money I can maneuver on these credit cards so I don't get into debt that I can't handle. But listen, You can't have a lifestyle that you can't support. And the same thing goes with these credit cards. You should not be racking up $10,000 debt if you're not bringing $10,000 of play money home. You cannot afford it. The biggest issue with credit cards is that we think we have time and we don't, right? We don't have time to be paying back all these big balances because we're actually never going to pay them back. And that's what's happening with you guys. And another thing that I've started to learn is you can transfer these balances. Balance transfers are a real thing. You probably see them in your email. Transfer this balance, apply for this credit card. You get a balance transfer for 18 months. You should absolutely take advantage of these things, because if you've got into credit card debt and you find yourself paying more interest than getting that balance down, at least give yourself a fighting chance. Transfer the balance to a card that gives you 24 months of no interest so that the payments that you've been making can actually go towards something. This is how you get out of credit card debt a little faster, how you keep your debt to income ratio down, and how you can actually feel like you're getting somewhere. But our lifestyles cannot be supported about money we're not bringing in, and you don't even have a plan, because you're not even looking at how much money you're bringing in, how much your bills are costing you, and you're not coming up with an actual savings plan. That's why we're in credit card debt, and that's why we're having more issues than we can even bear, because there's no plan. So I challenge you guys, after watching this episode, to figure out how much money you're making every month from all the side hustles, child support, whatever, baby daddy, alimony, all the money, right? Figure out how much money is coming into your house. From there, figure out a savings plan. So me, I use a dollar amount. You can use a percentage, whatever that is. You put that money out of sight, out of mind. Pay yourself first. You worked hard for that money. Stop giving all these bills all your money and energy, because that's frustrating you as well. Save your money and then use whatever else is left to pay your bills and come up with an actual budget on how you should be living and how much you should actually be spending on these credit cards. We're not going to keep getting in credit card debt. Listen, it's 2024. We need to learn how to manage our money. And having a bunch of debt is just not the wave anymore. And I'm not talking to just you guys. This is something that I've had to practice and implement myself, and I'm getting better at it. So as I go and as I grow, I keep teaching you guys. And that balance transfer gem has really saved the game for me, because I've been able to knock down some debt a little better, or a little easier, should I say, because I'm not running against interest every month. But what I will tell you is, when you balance transfer, you need to come up with a plan on how you're going to pay that debt back within the time. Don't just transfer that balance and then think this is going to pay for itself. You need to come up with a plan on how you're going to take advantage of that balance transfer. So I hope this episode helps you. I'm sorry to be all in your business, but I want you guys to be great at this credit game, and I want you guys to have a peace of mind when it comes down to your money. I love y'all, and I'll see you guys on another episode.